Oh, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. Today we have a Murloc Paladin list that comes to us from Liiv over on Hearthstone. This deck looked super interesting because it has a lot of firstly the Murloc Paladin archetype is something that's seen a lot of resurgence lately. For a very long time we had odd Paladin and even Paladin dominating things. Now Murloc Paladin has kind of come back as being I guess a little more straightforward, and with a lot of potential in the early game to set up some very snowbally threats. So Murloc Paladin typically revolves around the titular Murlocs. We have Tidecaller on 1, Hydrologist and Rockpool Hunter on 2, Coldlight Seer, Murloc Warleader, and the brand new Nightmare Amalgam on 3. So the whole idea is if our opponent doesn't mess with us, doesn't clear our tiny little fish boys, then we can play those. We've got Warleader bumping all their attack, and we can drop the Megazord once they're all on the board to hopefully get us the right adapt, whether that's plus health against damage-based board clears, stealth against our opponent trading in, or targeted board clears, plus attack to beat down, Wind Fury to beat down, all these types of good things. So we have a lot of potential to just kind of snowball out of control and really punch our opponents in the face quite hard. This deck does have a lot of interesting one-offs. The one-of equality is quite common. However, they've cut the Knife Juggler Liiv has, which is really interesting to me because it's one of the best things, and in fact in this deck it's probably the best thing you can flip off of your Call to Arms. So that's kind of curious there. The one Coldlight Seer is quite common, but one Divine Favor and one Gluttonous Ooze in here. Divine Favor kind of reaches out to me as being one of the cards we really want to play as many copies as possible. It's one of the most powerful ones, one of the best ways for us to get back in the game, particularly because, as we'll get into, we're missing a couple of those late game threats that are quite common amongst Murloc Paladin. We've also got a one of Stonehill Defender in here, and a one of Consecration. I imagine this is just based off of what Liiv was seeing on the ladder at that time. Consecration may be great in the aggro mirrors to help clear away a bunch of blockers or a bunch of attackers, help you race more efficiently. Same thing with the Stonehill Defender there. So I'm kind of getting the vibe that this is very much set up to beat the Paladin mirror. Now, the one card I think that jumps out to me as being the most criminal, maybe, uninclusion is we don't have a Tarim in this deck. Instead, Liiv has gone for the Sea Giants to capitalize off of a big board. And I'm not too sure. We'll see how the Sea Giants go, but not having Tarim in this list is something that's quite concerning. They've also gone for Silver Sword, and I guess that's the reason it's called the Silver Surfer Paladin. Silver Sword is the late game instead of things like Valonir, instead of things like Tarim. So this is going to be a great way for us to see if Silver Sword is legit, or if Vine Cleaver is still the number one bay. Anyway, we'll jump into some games and see how we go. Here with a game up against Priest. Up against Priest. So, what are we looking for in our mulligan? We're looking for the Tidecaller, looking for Call to Arms, and Rockpool Hunter may be worth keeping, though it really relies on us hitting the Tidecaller. So maybe we just want a full mull and for the greater chance of hitting the Tidecaller or the Call to Arms. One of the things that this deck did lose during the rotation. One of the things we did lose in the rotation is Vilefin Inquisitor, which was maybe not the best one drop for the deck, but it was really quite good. Like a 1-drop 1/3 as a backup.
Do you like to play with fire? For justice.
Those pyros are a bit too dangerous to leave on the board. But yeah, just having a 1-drop 1/3 as a backup 1-drop, and also with some like slight synergies around the hero power is I think it's a big enough loss. See if they have the Duskbreaker here. We're fine to, you know, give them an opening. Twilight Drake. Yeah, we have the Divine Favor to restock, as it were.
Repent.
But quite dangerous. Yep, here it comes. Holy Nova. Whew. Holy Nova. Repentance is interesting if we think that they're going to like Primordial Drake us, or they have another Twilight Drake. Redemption might be just the better play to stay on board though. Take the Repentance.
Reporting for duty.
Though maybe the Sherbet Muffin, thank you for the cheer. That's now you're the that's my first cheer, so you're number 1. Thank you. It's put a lot of effort into getting to affiliate, so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Is someone injured?
And Levi, thank you for the compliment. I sound like a seasoned veteran Twitch streamer. That's possibly the nicest thing anyone's ever said about this stream. Okay. We're up a bit of a creek here, friends. I don't know if we have a paddle or not.
I wonder.
I think we want to get this sea giant out before we start losing our board.
Reporting for duty. To battle. For justice. For justice.
Go play some Magic. Go enjoy some Magic. And thank you for the cheer. Enjoy yourself. The fact that they haven't used any Duskbreakers is quite scary.
Reporting for duty.
This Phantom Leash is going to be good to if this game gets a bit grindy. Particularly, we can do Silver Sword on 8 Phantom Militia on 9. Okay, so I'm guessing they have both Mind Blasts in hand. So how do we not get dunked by Mind Blasts? We can Silver Sword attack, trade these into here, then we take 4. But then next time we get to set up with the Phantom Militias. So maybe that is the best play.
Justice. The battle. The battle.
Oh. They are Shadow Visions down.
Let the pain speak to me.
Well, we only have a Rockpool Hunter and a Righteous Protector left in our deck.
Our vigil shall never end. Our vigil shall never end. Our vigil shall never end.
For justice.
Alright, we're on 1. I guess the hope is that they have both Mind Blasts, and so they can't Shadow Visions to find another one, so they need to find Anduin.
Meddlesome insects.
Or they have double Dustbreaker.
Meddlesome.
Double Dustbreaker. Oh no. I needed you to be in the deck. Well, maybe they have.
The light dims, but we fight.
Maybe they have no Mind Blasts.
For justice.
0 Mind Blasts. Let's go.
Quickly.
Tough to play Paladin nowadays when everyone's teching against Paladin. There's some definite truth to that. You know, I think... I don't know if it's necessarily, like, tech in a way, or if it's just the way that the meta has shaped where, decks that are good against various Paladin decks are the most powerful ones at the moment. Give my minions taunt, you say? Can we lethal our opponent from this distance? I would assume not. So we hope that they have
For justice.
hope that they have all 10 cost cards in their hand. Come on. Fingers crossed. They didn't have what, 1 Mind Blast, so maybe they don't have. Have I seen the latest balance changes? No! How did I miss this? I actually spent the last like 24 hours completely off the grid. Upcoming balance changes, May 2018. Oh boy. 6 pirates. Oh, I played the Amalgam. Of course. Naga Sea Witch, moving to 8 drop. Sure. I mean, I don't do much wild. Spiteful Summon 7-drop. I think that's fair. It'll still allow, I think Spiteful decks will still exist, but it just means you'll have to rely on, kind of 5
You asked for it.
more, other 5 and 6 drops. So maybe like Scalebane and stuff get better. It'll definitely hit the win rate of those Spiteful decks, which is good. That's what you want. Dark Pact will restore 8 health, so that's supposed to give more,
I don't have enough mana.
give more a shot to these aggro decks that can get completely blown out by the fact that between Dark Pact and
Someday I'll be just like you.
Amethyst Spellstone, Warlocks just have a 50-50. No dice for you, sir. No follow-up, unfortunately, and we need to save this Gluttonous Ooze for Alaneth, so...
Reporting for duty.
Yep, so Dark Pact, like between 2 Dark Pacts and 2 Spellstones, if you only draw 1 of each, and half the time your Spellstone's doing healing 5, like, that's still 13 points worth of healing. Possessed Lackey cost 8. Yep, give people more of a chance to draw their,
Job done.
give people more of a chance to draw their silencers, slow down the deck as well. Though it's interesting that... that's really good. Alright. Feeling alright about this one, even if they have both the fireballs. We get to drop this War Leader and put a real big old big thready on them. Big clock. Yeah, Lackey costing 1 more I think is good. It's good. Slowing down the deck every little bit to allow more decks to get under it. Like, that's what a lot of these changes seem. It's like Spiteful, Dark Pact, Possessed Lackey all allow more aggro decks to get under. Call the Arms costing 5, that's good. This card's busted.
I wonder.
Will definitely... won't affect Odd Paladin, which is interesting. Caverns Below. Quest Reward, Crystal Core will read, for the rest of your game, your minions are 4/4. Okay.
Runs out on me.
I mean... I don't know if that fixes the problem. Like, inherently the deck is, like, I think... because, like, we've been through this before, right? Like, you changed it to 5 minions. Ooh. Like, you changed it to 5 minions. And inherently it was the same problem, like the... Alright, inherently it was the same problem, like your opponent's just doing a bunch of stuff and you can't do anything about it, unless it's like very specific cards. Like Dirty Rat or Counterspell or something like that. So... I really don't know if that's gonna fix it. Interestingly, that Spiteful Druid only took 1 hit from this change. Warlock took the most, and Paladin not so much. Oh wait, Call to Arms costing 5 now means Odd Paladin can run it.
This is Jaina.
You asked
but
for it.
you're only going to rip 1-drops because you're odd paladin. It's interesting. All the changes you can find over on the Play Hearthstone blog.
The light dims, but we
Super slow hand here. I think we oh, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if we want to see Mana Worm or if we.
Reporting for duty.
Repent.
Especially if our opponent's hand is like mono arcane missiles and stuff. Yeah, Cinderstone. That hurts quite a lot. Ooh, roughy.
We have many secrets.
You can't really prevent any quest from happening though.
The victory is yours.
You can't really prevent any quest from happening though. It's less about them completing the quest, and more that like, because of like Shadow Step and everything, you can't like if your opponent plays correctly, you just can't ever stop it from happening, and you can't slow it down like at all.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Do we keep Cold Lights here? Kind of want to keep this Gluttonous Ooze against Alaneth. Like Tidecaller, Coin Seer. I think this is fine. But you are correct that you I think all of the quests you can't actually stop them from happening. But yeah, the whole quest rogue thing is like, yes, it has very good matchups against certain decks, so it's always going to be like, it was always going to be a metagame choice. But it's the feeling of playing against it. Like, there have been cards in the past that have been nerfed. There are cards in the past that have been nerfed just because they are feel bad to play against. They may not be powerful. Mind Control, I think, was the best example, where Mind Control was not a powerful card, but it felt bad that you would pay more for a card that then they would pay less for to take it unconditionally. So I think this is more of a, like, they're trying to find ways that they can nerf, because Quest Rogue is not a high percentage winning deck. It is not the scourge of tournaments, you know.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Call to Arms or second Tidecaller? Call to Arms or second Tidecaller? Second Tidecaller. Let's get greedy.
Reporting for duty.
I get where you're coming from, but I think the problem is still the reward being worth vastly more than the cost of building a deck for it. I think if that were the case, the deck would have a higher win rate. Got him. Yeah, I think if the reward was too good, the deck would have a higher win rate. Because at the moment, like, it's very clear that the cost of building a deck around it is too much, because you get there and you don't in trying to get there and then getting there, you're still not having a massively high win percentage. Like, what's the win percentage on? Let's go to HS replays, decks, Rogu,
Uther,
Quest Rogue.
Malfurion.
Stop by win rate.
Protect the wild.
Highest Quest
I will
Rogue
fight
win rate
with honor.
is 56.6% with 530 games, which is high. But if you average it out over the over all Quest Rogue decks, that balances out a lot more.
Job's done.
No one drop. Oh jeez. Oh. Quest Druid. What are we facing? What are we fighting for? Is this the Deathwing, like, Cube Druid? Or is it Malagos Druid?
Out of my jungle.
Interesting. I'm keen to see what our opponent's going to do here.
Dark One snuffs all!
Alright. Are we silencing this thing? Surely we are. What else would be silenced? Lich King, Ixlid,
I wonder.
a Spreading Plague token.
Your magic shall not save me.
See if they want to take a turn off to nourish here. Fate Spinner!
Strands of fate.
Fate Spinner! What? Indeed. Fate Spinner. Oh my gosh, that was actually a card that when I saw it, I was really excited to see, to hopefully see that they're doing more like secretly choose cards. Like that would be a cool cycle, I think. Well, there's the clear. This Divine Favor looks a little bit embarrassing.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
We might be able to get there with a Silver Sword, Sea Giant, like these 3 cards here, and maybe this one, if our opponent plays Ultimate Infestation.
Dark one snuff all!
I wonder. Reporting for duty. For justice. The battle! The battle!
What are we hoping for here? Ruby, thank you for the sub. Lovely person, you certainly didn't need to do that. You're a sub in my heart, forever.
For justice! The battle!
Right, we're on the board. We have a sword out. We can vomit a bunch of Phantom Militia onto the board. Might even be able to get sneaky with some Murlocs. Ooh. Ah, it finishes the quest for them. And then they can play it. Okay. We just get these militias rolling, or is it more? I guess it's more cost efficient to play these, but that's 3, 4, 5. It's 5 minions.
For justice!
Unfortunately, I think we have to trade.
I must move quickly.
Not ripping a... If we ripped a Righteous Protector off of the Call to Arms... Nourish was the... I think the most dangerous card they could have had there. Like Nourish, draw 3 to rip some combo pieces. Don't have a lot of time here though. 7, 10, 16, 6, 3, 4. Yeah, so he's still lethal. But you know we're slamming down these Phantom Militias. Get some juggles.
For justice.
Sweet. Our opponent had the did have the sweet deck, and I think we might have gotten just that slight bit lucky that they were maybe a turn slower. Maybe they were the turn slower because of the silence though. On the 5-1. In fact, yeah. In hindsight, maybe that was the you know, we always have this hindsight thing where we see like, well, that was the point at which we probably lost the game, but maybe in hindsight that that play gave us the extra turn that we needed to win the game. Anyway, let's take a look at the deck. What was good? Well, the Stonehill Defender felt really good because it kept discovering its Phantom Militias. The Silver Swords did feel quite good. However, I think these Sea Giants might be living the dream a bit too much. And we did have that one game where we had, you know, a Silver Sword, 2 Sea Giants, or some combination of that, which can happen. It's just variance, but I think this might be like... This might be living the dream a bit too much with so much anti-Paladin stuff in the format, so many board clears. Like, how are you ever casting this for a reasonable number against Q-Block, for example? You know, so I think the change that I would make would be to get those out here. Ooh, not Tarim. Tarim. Get a Tarim in here. And possibly get the second Knife Juggler in here somehow. You know, those Consecrations didn't feel too good in those games, but like we mentioned at the start, it's probably against a lot of these Paladins. So I don't really want to, you know... I think this one Consecration is super correct against that kind of metagame, but maybe just... going with something like this, or finding some room for the Lost in the Jungles, you know? Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff we want to include in here. We want to include all these sweet Murloc things, but we also want to be doing the really powerful Paladin stuff, and I don't know where the room is, but there's some just some quick changes that I think I would make to the deck. But overall, a great deck. Thanks to Liiv over on Hearthstone for the deck. If you are watching this on YouTube, all the links will be down in the description. And once again, we just made Twitch affiliate. So if you want to come check us out on Twitch, all of the links are right here. Come chuck us a follow and get amongst it. We have some lovely people in chat. Yeah, until the next video, I hope you enjoyed this. More budget decks coming at the end of this week, and I'll see you in the next one.